gonna try using my own laptop for detox. Yesterday was like every day, good and bad. It felt heavy on my heart. I'm not gonna say I didn't realize how hard this would be. I guess I didn't realize how tangled up we are. Conversations that what we're doing is so Pollyanna-ish and it'll never happen, to I hope that you're right and I hope it happens. So a huge noticing is that the art of conversation is a lot about the art of listening, and a lot of what's getting in the way is busyness, but also a lot of what's getting in the way is ego, whether it's a really strong one or a really weak one, which a strong one is pretty much a weak one. But I'm noticing that the less a person feels heard, it can go both ways, but oftentimes the louder they speak, or they try to do things, I mean, I do the same, talking about me too, try to do things that can be heard more. And then the more you do that, the less you're heard, you know. So a quiet revolution is a really good model. It's really hard to stick to because of our ego. And I think it's really hard to stick to because we don't listen to ourselves. Because when we listen to ourselves, we get to that conversation that says, this is ridiculous. No, this is not ridiculous. I think that's what self-reflection does. So just a thought about practicality. Imagine next year that all we ask anybody to do is they need to find somebody they're going to connect to. You know, we have somebody for them until they find someone else. And they do detox every day in some form or other. So it used to be that I thought the question we asked kids or teachers is, what have you learned? Which is great. But we could also be asking, how are you doing detox these days? Because while again, the play acting of detox, the exaggeration of it, the transparency of our minds through detox, I think is temporary until we realize that's a natural state. But the actual doing of it is ongoing. That's why it was determined upon, because it is the natural thing. And it fits with our why. It's the big freeing up. What if that's all we have to focus on? Is who, you know, what's going on in my mind? Who am I? What have I been noticing? What have I been dreaming about those noticings? Who am I connecting to and what am I connecting? And then what am I doing? Creating people that know what to do when they don't know what to do. Trusting that there's never nothing going on. Freeing people up. Creating spaces of permission so that we have people who are doing the thing they can't not do. And so In my zoomed out version of my mind, we spend most of our time figuring out how to incentivize people. So imagine if that's no longer an issue. The tricky part.